What time is it there where you are?
It's 8 p.m. Eastern at night.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the predominant time that I advertise, and then in lowercase I put down it's noon here in Melbourne because
Right.
Yvonne should be joining shortly. She's just come into the room, so
I'm here.
oh, I can. Oh, that's right. Yep, you've got problems with your camera. Is that right?
Yes. Hi, Fred. Hi, Carol. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So we'll wait.
Yeah, you were talking about the time. One of the things I noticed that is within there are different time zones right within Australia, Fred. So depending on where you are, where you are in Australia or where you're connecting from, it will be different from the other parts because some are what, like 14 hours, some are, I don't know, it's just different parts.
Yeah, but usually when you register with Zoom, it gives you your local time.
Yeah, mine didn't this time. I looked it up. It was not a problem at all.
So
But it's just not just an observation I made.
No, it's pretty important because and I grateful for the feedback because like seems to be one of the issues that I'm getting at the moment, is that people are confused about the time. Now I automatically assume that Zoom converted the time to the local time zones, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Oh, I think if you save it to Zoom, if you go bit, but if you're just registering like a short time before, I don't bother to put it in my my calendar. But if you're saving it to your calendar, yes, it will convert it for you.
Yeah. No, I'm learning. It's it's all an exercise. Hi, Petrina, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. You got a menagerie there behind you.
Always.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Fred, how you going? Hi,
Good.
Katrina. Hi, Carol. Hi, Yvonne.
Hi.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing good, thank you. Just want camera issues tonight.
Yeah, I got camera issues. Mine's down on my keyboard, so it looks like my nose.
So what do you need to get, Paul? You need to get a little tripod.
It's on the keyboard of the computer, of the laptop. So when you open it up, it's way down, right above the 7.
Oh, what happens if you tilt the keyboard up and put something underneath it? Does that work? So put something under the back of the keyboard.
I've tried that before, but it doesn't really make much of a difference because when I sit back, so I suppose it's a little bit better.
Okay, just letting some people in. So, hi, Sally.
Hi, Sally.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi, Sally.
Hiya.
Hi, Julie. So we'll give it a couple of more minutes just to see if we get some more people in, and then we'll go around the room, let people introduce themselves, talk about what you do, who you serve, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to actually start, and we'll do that and just go around the room. I'll share my screen. So what I'd just like to do is go around the room and have people introduce themselves, do a 60-second or thereabouts intro about yourself, mention who you are, the company you're with, what you do, who you serve, and really the whole thing about networking is about making connections, getting referrals. So who an ideal referral partner might be for you. So that's the type of thing that would like to do. So Petrina, would you like to go first? Because you've done this many times before.
Hi, I'm Petrina Carter. I'm Carter's Moggy Minders. I'm a pet sitter in Penrith in Western Sydney. I serve anybody who has a pet or anybody who has pets needs. And a good referral would be anybody who has a pet. So there you go.
Nice one. Sally, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, hi, I'm Sally Estlin from Holistically Fit. I'm a Holistically Fit specialist, and basically I help anyone who's stuck, stressed or overwhelmed and feeling pretty crappy and want to feel happy. So a good referral for me is literally anybody who's feeling pretty shitty, and if you know of anybody, to send them my way. Word of mouth is key for me. So thanks.
Pleasure. Julie?
Hi, everybody. Julie Nelson, and I actually am branded under my own name, Julie Nelson, because I do a few things, and I am an artisan botanical perfumer with a 28-year background as a clinical aromatherapist and educator, and I'm also a practicing witch of 30 years, so I've brought the two together. And I work with women who are rediscovering themselves to build their confidence, connect more deeply with their essence of being, to rise unapologetically. A good referral for me are my clients. Women that are mostly mature women, often, their children have moved out or doing their own thing, and they're either going through menopause or past it, because they're rediscovering themselves.
Nice one. Carol? You're on mute.
I had to mute myself because the phone was ringing, but we hung that up. So here I am again. So my name is Carol Davies, and my company is called Passion Motivator Coaching. I am located in Ontario, Canada, near Toronto, and I am a success coach who works with women entrepreneurs, usually about 40 plus, who are in overwhelm and stressed out and looking to pivot and make a change in their business, either to start a business, or if they're working, say, in a company or something, what they can do to do things differently and get their life on track and have a lot of more fun and time for themselves and the family. So a good referral for me would be women entrepreneurs who are, let's say, in burnout or stressed.
Thanks, Carol. Yvonne, I know you've got camera issues, but would you like to introduce yourself and just tell us a bit more about yourself?
Sure, Fred. Yes, hi everyone. I'm Yvonne A. Jones, and the name of my company is My Success Circle Marketing. However, I'm working under 50 and Wiser Coaching. That's my brand that I work under, and I help women 50 and wiser who are professionals or business owners show up as leaders in their community, in their business. And I also help in the process, help them retain their clients and their employees through different methodologies. And a good referral for me today, this week, is I have a weekly show. It's called Everyday Passions. And so I'm looking for guests for April or so. And it is something that you're passionate about, and it's something that you have used to impact the lives of others, and something that entrepreneurs would be interested in. I'm interested in talking with you. Thank you, Fred.
That's great, Yvonne. Welcome, Alison and Uni. We'll actually go to you now, Alison, if that's okay. So you can introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. I'm Alison Williams from Power Life Coaching. I'm an empowerment and self-love coach and a bling angel. What do? I have a whole lot of modalities that I bring to the party to help clients get the outcomes they want with self-love and empowerment. And I have a whole lot of other modalities as well. Who do I serve? Mainly women, but I've decided to actually expand and do self-love for men as well. And a good referral for me is somebody who's really wanting to move forward in their life, but for some reason they find that they're stuck and don't know how to. And especially if that's because they've got limiting beliefs about their worthiness or their self-worth or their self-sabotage, which to me comes down to self-love. Anyway, so that's me. Thank you.
Thanks, Alison. Winnie, welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself and just tell us a bit more about who you are, what you do, who you serve?
Okay, so it's my turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, bit quick.
Yeah. So yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Winnie Japar from Senot Cuts. I help business owners to build and maintain their client relationship by sending cards and gifts in the mail. So the most popular product from our Senot card is brownies. So send card and brownies for $20, postage included. Send anywhere in the world. Yeah, so I think a great referral for me is, business owner who having trouble, getting in touch with their client and would like, a system like, in place, for them to get in touch with their client. So yeah, that's me. We need to power from Senot Cuts. Thank you.
Paul, you're up. Paul Woodward, you're on mute. Can you hear me, Paul?
Yes, I can.
Yep.
I had to unmute myself. Hey there, guys. My name is Paul Woodward. I am from a company called Life Vantage. Life Vantage have a breakthrough in health and well-being with a product called Pro Tandem. And in essence, what it does is it reduces oxidative stress quite considerably. People I like to serve are anybody who's feeling a little bit not at ease or at disease, as they like to say, or anybody that's just looking to make sure that their health doesn't go down to the crappy stage. Yep, and that's also a good referral for me.
Thanks. Paul, Peter, welcome to the room. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about what you do and who you serve?
Is this me?
Yep.
Sorry. Hi, Fred. Good morning to you.
Sounding a bit better today.
Yeah. My name is Peter Beckenham, commonly known as the Village Marketer. I'm an Aussie, a proud Aussie, but I actually live in a remote little Thai village. Been here for 20 odd years. I work with solopreneurs, people who are basically on their own. They are trying to do everything at once using all the skills they've got. Sometimes they may have VAs to help them or a partner, etc. But basically they're a one-man show. And so they go through the normal ups and downs that are associated with running a business on your own. The reason I do that is because I am one of those myself. I've been through all the challenges that you've had. I've made more mistakes than anybody else, I think, and I've learned from them. But for the last 36 years, I've been doing it from a coaching perspective, and I do it with a passion. I love it. And I try to teach people to actually create memorable moments for everyone they come in contact with. And if you can do that, then you can do anything with your business. So a good referral for me would be a solopreneur who is actually in business, not thinking about starting, but actually in business, and is having a bit of a struggle trying to get a consistent income stream coming for their business. There you go.
Thanks, Peter. I think you've got lots of opportunities and lots of people in that situation for sure. Brenda, welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Fred. I'm Brenda Marie Sheldrake. The name of my company is Linking with Heart. I help entrepreneurs to generate more qualified leads for their business and then close sales ethically, effectively, and efficiently by attending my events. I serve entrepreneurs, and a good referral for me is any entrepreneur who is looking to generate more leads. I'm especially good with people who are in direct sales who are fairly new and trying to develop their confidence in asking for the sale or in finding people to do their presentations to, because I help them with the lead generation.
Thanks, Brenda. I think it's, I'm not sure if I've missed anyone. I don't think I have, but I think it's my turn. So I'll do a quick introduction because most of you here know me and know what I do. I run a digital agency from my home office in Melbourne, and I help small business owners optimize their web presence by redoing their websites or setting up email campaigns or messaging campaigns or lead generation campaigns. And I've also, as you're familiar with now, created this community group in the hope of connecting people together so that we can all achieve and, get more business and help each other to strive forward. So that's a brief introduction to me. I suppose I'm just going to unshare that screen for a second. Stop sharing so I can get back to the proper view. I suppose what I'd like to do now is just ask a general question of the group and find out, what people's issues are with connecting with other people, or, what if you, for example, what you'd like to get out of a networking group, or what your main issues are in your business in lead generation or in marketing. So if you've got any particular issue, if you'd like to share that with the group, and I'll go around the room again, and hopefully then we can start a discussion, and anybody can chime in to help anybody achieve what they want to achieve. So Carol, would you like to go first? I've just changed the layout of the room, so you're at the top.
Yeah, well, I have found, especially in the last year or two with COVID, I've been working pretty much out of my home because things were locked down, and the ways of meeting people, for business or networking has just completely shut down, because here in Canada, we're still pretty much just coming out of lockdown, and there's not a lot of things that you can go and meet people in person. So for me, it's getting knowledgeable about where to go to meet people in different networking events, and how I can be of help to people, with either what I do or with knowing other people that maybe I can connect others with, which I think it's really good that you're having us learn a little bit about each other, what we do, because then if I have someone come to me that isn't, say, necessarily an ideal client or something, then I have other people I can refer, and I can build up a virtual network of people, and I could say, oh, I've got this, one potential client who has whatever issues, send it off to somebody, say, are you interested? So I think that's great because, I have a certain skill set, and I'm good with certain issues and people, but I'd like to also have other people that I know that maybe, and also someone might be a better fit as well. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'll just chime in for a second. I've just had Alison ask if it's okay to post a link for other networking groups, and I'm all about that. And one of the things I want to do in this group is build a list of other networking groups that people are in, because, there are networking groups that you can relate to and networking groups you won't relate to. So unless you go in there and have a look and see if they're your group of people, you'll never know. So happy to anybody, please promote yourself, put your links in. And if you think there's any other links that will help anybody in the room, get where they want to go, then share those links openly. No, there's no restriction in this group. So it's cross promotion, it's abundance group. There's plenty of stuff out there we can all share. So happy to do that, and go for your life, Alison. Yvonne, would you like to just, share what you'd like to get out of networking groups, or if you've got any hints and tips that might help people here as well?
Sure, Fred. Well, one of the things, a little bit of what Carol said, was that I struggled at first after COVID. Well, I struggled for the first year, actually, as far as networking, because I was an avid networker. I had 2, sometimes 3 networking events that I went to face every week. And that was basically how I got my clients, because just that interaction with people. And I kind of, even though I'd been online since 2008, that was where most of my clients came from. So it was a little bit, not a little bit, it was a bit of an adjustment to convert it to being on Zoom lots and lots of times, but really not making the kind of connections. but I've started to, again, attend networking events that are right here in Florida, not in my area yet. I haven't discovered any because I moved here also just the week that we had the lockdown in 2020. So I haven't gone to anything in my area, but I'm attending networking events. And one of the important things is that we all share what we do, but when we really listen to what other people are looking for, that makes a difference, because then we can say, hey, wait a minute, I know someone who is looking for, or I know someone who can provide such and such. This helps because you're going with a giver's attitude instead of to get. And it's interesting, every time I give, I find that I give without expectations, but it comes back. So it's listening to what other people are saying and thinking about other people so that you want to do what you can to support them. I think that's one of the most effective and essential ways to network.
Thanks, Yvonne. Great advice. Katrina, would you like to share?
Yeah, for me, so obviously with my business, it's very local. So I don't like going anywhere from more than 5 Ks out of my area, because personally, I don't need to. I have enough clients and enough things that are happening very close by. So for me, it's about what services I might need other than what I can provide for other people. And I'd rather support people I know than not support people I don't know. So that's what networking is about for me.
Thanks, Katrina. Paul, I'm just going around the room in the order of the pictures I'm seeing. So.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm just focusing on what I have to do, so I don't really have any problems.
Short and sweet.
Sorry.
I think Julie stepped away for a minute. So Sally?
Yeah, well, basically, I just wanted to get more social media tips to help with conversions, basically. So, you know, getting on top of all it's the little things that make the big difference, so that can, help convert down the track.
Okay, thanks, Sally. Julie, you're back.
I'm back. Sorry, I had to plug in. I was running on empty. What I'm looking for, look, I love networking and I live remotely now, so I don't get the opportunity to meet a lot of the people that I would love. And since our current global situation for the last 2 years, my perfumery business has dropped off because, you know, people want to smell what they're getting. But we're opening back up. So I want to get into more networking with groups of like-minded people, especially women, although men are good too, because they love to buy gifts for their partners. And so networking for me, and marketing tips, you know, there's always something new going on with marketing. So I just like to keep up to date with what's going on, and bit of structure, because I'm not a very structured person, even though I know I need it.
It's probably a good topic for next week. I'll have a look at some marketing tips, and I know Peter has got a bucket load of those that he can share as well. So we'll look at doing something on that topic next week. So Alison, would you like to share?
So thanks, Fred. So like Sally, I also would like to improve and increase my reach through social media. And I find LinkedIn particularly a challenge. So I would love to get some tips on LinkedIn. And people have said something else I can't remember, but you know, with networking. So I've put the HNP links in the group, in the chat. So they're all for Australian times, for Sydney time, which is AEDT, and you can sort of work that out according to your local time. But I also have some contacts for other Australian networks. So if you want to reach out to me, I'm happy to provide that to you. And the ones I'm talking about are free. Actually, one is free and one's not. But anyway, reach out and we can chat or do a one-on-one.
Yeah, sure.
But lovely for social media, Fred. And I love the ethos of this group. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Winnie.
I think for me, like yeah, getting, to know more people, like, yeah, networking, and, you pick up the tips from each of the, the new connections, like, how they do, their social media, or, how they promote their business. But the other issue, like, sometimes, as soon as you connected with someone, they ask you to join this group, they ask you to join that group, before you really get to know each other. I think that's the part that I don't like. But, once you get to know each other well, yeah, I know what you're doing, and, maybe, want to chat after that, I have no problem, once I get to know you more better. But as soon as, like, I think, especially for Facebook, when you connected with people, straight away they ask you to join their group, and, you don't even know what they're doing. So usually, yeah, I just, ignore their requests. That's the issue, like, when networking nowadays.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I get them all the time. If people connect with you on Facebook, and then the first question is, they ask, what do you do? And you go, have you checked my profile? Bye-bye. We can say, see you later. Peter, you've obviously got a lot of input in this area, because you've got your own groups and your own networks and other stuff. So, would you like to share your insights, please?
Yeah, Alison, I just listened to you about LinkedIn challenge, and it's interesting because the same approach that you use on Facebook will not work on LinkedIn. Okay, it will not work on. There are two completely different scenarios, even though people think they're just social media platforms. I've tried many times to use the same posts on both platforms, and it doesn't work. You've got to fiddle it a bit. Okay, and Winnie, you're dead right. Okay, when people go to networking things like this, the last thing you should be doing is trying to sell yourself. What you really should be doing is looking at how can you help somebody else. If you have that in mind, then it'll go a hell of a long way towards people coming back to you saying, Peter, what do you do? But do not put yourself up front. So in other words, what you need to do is have a pretty good handle on who you are as a person and how you see other people, but more importantly, how you can help other people see themselves and help them with their business. If you have that mindset in any networking group, I think you'll find you get a whole lot better response.
Thanks, Peter. Nuggets as usual. Brenda.
I echo a lot of what Peter said. One of the things that I say to people in the groups that where I'm doing my coaching and where I'm doing my classes, I point out to them that asking people to buy from you the first time you meet them is almost the same as asking people, is meeting somebody and then asking them to marry you the same day. They don't know you. They don't know what you do. They don't know anything about you. Or you're right, Fred. They can look at your profile and they can learn a little bit about what you do from your profile, but they don't know whether there's a connection. They don't know whether you're the person for them as far as helping them. And I stress that all the time. And when I book getting to know you calls, if I book the getting to know you call, I fully expect that you're going to talk for a half an hour and then we're going to be done. And that's how I do my calls. I want you to talk about what's going on with you, what you're working on, what you're doing, so that I know whether I have people I can refer you to who can help you with your challenges. I know whether there are people that have challenges that you can help, who I can connect. I did a call today with a lady, and by the time we were done, I had 3 people, and I said, okay, so I will be connecting you with this person, and this person, and this person. This person needs your help with this. This person needs your help with this. And this person, I think you could do a class with them and it would be very beneficial for you both. And when I do an introduction, the other thing is when I do introductions, I never say to somebody, okay, here's the person's name, contact them, reach out to them and say that I told you to talk to them. I say to the person, like I would say, Fred, are you on Messenger? If you're on Messenger, I'm going to set up a Messenger chat between you and Paul. So I'm going to tell Paul who you are in the messenger chat. You'll be able to see it. I'm going to tell you who Paul is in the messenger chat, even though I'm telling you right now who Paul is, but I'm going to say it in the messenger chat so you both know why I'm connecting the two of you. And then you can take it from there. I'll drop out of the chat. And that's how I do my connections, because I think that that's very important.
Yeah, that's a great tip right there. I mean, it's exactly what you're saying. If you can connect people, and that's the reason I set up this group, right? Or this, the networking group here is so that we can connect people, and also so I can learn from other people as well. Because like I've got my own niche that I target, and I know a lot of stuff in, but there's a lot of stuff I don't know. I mean, I'm in Peter's group, and the stuff I get out of attending that meeting every week is phenomenal. There's nuggets every week. So, and if Peter invites you into the group, I'd encourage you to accept, because it's one of the only problem with it is it's at midnight Australia time. So if you're a night owl, you're okay. If you're well lubricated, you're okay. Otherwise, it's probably not okay.
Hey, Fred, you're always well lubricated, mate.
I know, mate, especially at that time of night. Yeah. Okay, there's a couple of things that came out of that discussion, and one of the things was all about connecting and getting your message out there and let people know what you are. And part of this networking group is that I want to add lots of value, not just value, but I want to add lots of value over the next coming months. And it's really day one at the moment, so it's very small group, bit of interest, not and it'll grow over time. But part of the group we've got a membership area, which is the website, right? So it's a little bit different. And in that website, I plan to build out stuff. So I'm just going to share my screen and just go through a few of the things that we've got there now and where I plan to take it. So, and hopefully I'll get this right when I share my screen. So I assume everybody can see the screen at the moment. Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
So it's got community done. So this is the website. It's set up as community.signin.io is the website. And what we've done is, you're looking at here is what will be a members directory. So I've messaged people, I haven't had a lot of responses, asking for a photo and your contact details, and I will populate the members directory, right? So that will be another link. Now, there is an added benefit in this, because I'm not sure if everybody is aware, but every listing you have on the web for your business, with your business name, your business address, and everything else, and I haven't included the address in here, but I will, gives you what they call a backlink or a citation for SEO and in Google's minds. So everywhere you put your business details should be exactly the same. So if you have, for example, my street name is, Frankston Flinders Road. Well, if I put on one citation RD for road and ROAD for road, then Google sees that as two distinct entries and you don't get any benefit out of it. So when you post anything about your business on the internet, it must be exactly the same. And they call it NAP. So it's name, phone number, and address. All of those must be consistent. If you put brackets around your phone number, you must put brackets in every listing. If you don't put brackets around it, then leave them out every listing. That's just a basic bit of information. But I'd encourage everybody here to send me the photo, send me the details, and you'll get another listing on Google because of that, because Google will scrape this website, they'll pick up your listing and give you another citation listing indexed on the web. The other thing we've got is up here, we've got the Vault, and in the Vault, we've got the Zoom recordings as well. But if I click on the Vault itself, and it's a little bit slow because we're videoing, we've got resources in here. So there's a couple of videos in there that you can review. There's one on Facebook ads, there's optimizing your profile and adding feature images. So, and this repository will build over time. Now, the other thing I would like for members to do is to submit their information here. So if you've got some valuable hints and tips, and I've actually grabbed one from Peter, I think we've got one of Peter's here as well, because he's prolific in offering advice and info and cheat sheets. So if you've got something that you think people would benefit from, leave your name in there, get the notoriety out of it, and share your content. So that's what I would encourage people to do with the vault. I'll be adding information there, but the more information we can get in there, the better. And it gets you, again, it gets you another listing. The next thing I've got is that we've got the members director, as I said. If you go to the vault, there are the Zoom recordings. So we've got, these are the previous Zoom recordings that we got for the last lot of meetings. So if you miss a meeting, you can go back and have a look at the meetings. Obviously, the recordings aren't as good as being there in person, but at least you'll get some information for the hints and tips that other people share throughout the week. The next event, if you go to the next event, it will take you straight to the Zoom registration page. So this page times out after about 2 seconds, and it takes you straight to the Zoom registration page. Okay, so if anybody forgets where the link is, all they need to do is go to the website, click on the event link, and they'll get the link. Now, the next, and these will change. Obviously, at the moment, there's only this week and next week listed, but I'll be adding more links here for a new Zoom link once the 16th is finished, because that's a Zoom restriction. They only let me put up a number of concurrent listings for events, unless there's a way around that and somebody knows how to get over that, so I can have a recurring listing for eternity. That'd be great. So that's really what I'd like to share about the website. The other thing I've actually got, and this again a freebie for all members, is that I own the directory listing called localbusiness.directory. So I own that website. And what I'd encourage people to do is go to that website and put a free listing up. Once you put a free listing up promoting your business, again, helping you with SEO and anything else to do with your business, I will upgrade that listing to a feature listing, which gives you more profiles and you can put more information up about your business. But if you list yourself as a free listing first, and as long as you're a member, and that's a paid member, by the way, as long as you're a paid member, you get the added benefit of getting a featured listing in here as well. So, and I'll be adding more to what members get over time. So hopefully that gives you an indication where I intend to take this networking group and what I hope we can develop into a nice group where we share and help each other promote our businesses. I'll stop sharing. So anybody got any questions on that?
Yeah, Fred, just recently, there's a lot of speed networking events being promoted. I would be very wary of those. Okay, most of them are pitch fests, to be quite frank with you. It's a bit like going to a networking event face to face, and you just can't shut somebody up and then they shove a business card in your face. It's the same deal, right? Networking is a brilliant way to build your business, but be careful about the events you pick. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, that's actually good advice. And so on that, I'd probably go and check out the events first before I actually publish them on the site for members. So like it'll be my recommendation as well, not just somebody else's. So and good advice there. I'll take that on board, Peter. Appreciate it. I've also put a link in there to somebody else's group, not mine. It's Michael Griffiths, who is a mentor of mine. He runs a fortnightly session where people can get to know each other, where they comment on each other's posts on LinkedIn and Facebook. And at the same time, they also are encouraged to reach out to each other and see how they can help each other build a referral network. And it's free. Nice one. Yep, Alison.
So just on the point that Peter's made about going to these speed networking things and people shove something in your face. Well, can I just say that H&P is not like that. We do it very fast. It's all over in an hour. And we actually stipulate getting to know people, building the relationships. It's not about selling your stuff. It's about getting to know the person in the room first. So come along, check it out. They're absolutely free. They're on Zoom. It'll cost you an hour. That's all. And there are lots of links in the chat. But my question was going to be to you, Fred, about, you said we can post things on the tips on your website. Now, as a coach, my tips would be about mindset and coaching rather than, technical stuff. Or is that all right?
Absolutely. That's the whole reason for it. It's not, and that's why I said it. It's like, I'm technical, right? You know, and marketing and stuff like that, but that may not be what people are looking for in the networking group. So they'll drop away if they don't get the information they're looking for. So if other people could share that knowledge and then they stay in the group, you know, we all prosper from it, then absolutely. Now, as the stuff comes in, I'll probably set that up in categories.
Yeah.
So that it makes it easier for people to find. Right?
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Yep.
And look, I appreciate, you know, as Brenda said, this is also generous of you that what you're doing for all of us to promote ourselves, to not just get to know each other here, but for people out there to get to know us. And that is just amazing. Thank you.
Oh, pleasure. Any other questions? Julie, did you have your hand up? No. Okay.
I love the angels.
There was one thing that somebody said before about, we were talking about like marketing on Facebook and everything else. And I've noticed probably over the last couple of months that even though I'm following people, I'm not getting notifications of their posts, right? And all I can put that down to is because I'm not engaging or I've stopped engaging on their posts, right? So I don't know whether this is worth testing or not, but if you, for example, have been following somebody for a while and you haven't heard from them, then I suggest maybe go in there and go directly to their profile, have a look at the last couple of posts and start commenting or on their posts again and see if then they start popping up in your feed again. I've seen some action on that, but I'm testing it at the moment. And what I'm getting from it is I think Facebook actually say, well, if you're not coming on their post, you're probably not interested in it. So we're not going to share their posts with you anymore. That's the feeling I'm getting from it now. It's only anecdotal at the moment. I've got no proof on it or no stats on it, but it's just something I'm testing. So I don't know whether that will help other people.
Can I share on that, Fred?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why we're here.
I'm a great connect. Like I always comment and engage. You know, that's just one of my things. And I'm even finding with that Facebook aren't sending the notifications like they used to. So I get some of them, but not all. Yeah. So that's my experience.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things that you can do is actually tag people in. So if you think you've got an important, like I've been doing it a lot, and some people might be, notice it in the last week, particularly, that if I've got this event coming up, then I will tag everybody in the group into that, whether it's in the actual comment or it's in a comment underneath the post. But I will tag all the names, and I seem to be getting a few more views and comments because I'm doing that. Wouldn't encourage you to do that on every post, but certainly if you've got something important coming up and you want people to be aware of, just tag everybody in and whoever you want to, and see if that works for you. But again, it's test and measure. Facebook, who knows how they work?
Fred.
Yep.
I would be, I understand what you're saying about the tag, but I would also be cautious because some people get extremely annoyed when they're tagged, but it might depend on how and when they're tagged. Because unfortunately, I've noticed with some people consistently when they're doing an event or anything like that, they tag sometimes 98, 100 people. And it's promoting their event. They rarely ever comment on someone else's. So it's all one-sided. And I know that I have been learning more about social selling on LinkedIn. I used to teach LinkedIn and I stopped. And then I've been learning more because I'm part of a program. And that's I'm in a writers group where everybody, it's like an incestuous thing because everybody tags everybody, right? But then with this social selling expert who I'm working with, he's very much against it. He said, if you're tagging someone, indicate why you're tagging them. So if if I tag you, I said, I thought you'd like this post because you like said something to do with a quote, maybe for, you know, to do with kindness or motivation. And I tag you, then I'll say, because I know that you are the personification of kindness, just something like that to indicate why you're tagging them. Whereas with the writers group that I'm a part of, it's like they tag everybody. Not everybody in the group because there are hundreds of people, but they tag like, you know, 20, 30, 40 people. But he strongly recommends that you don't do that. When you're tagging people, you should state why you're tagging them.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I think, and that's why I was saying, you've got to, you know, you don't want to do it on every post. You want, you know, there's got to be a specific reason for it. Like if people are in the Facebook group associated like here, then
Yeah.
I feel that they'd want to know about the meeting. So I would tag them all into that meeting, right? And then over time, like I started to use SMS messaging as well to invite people in. And then once people book it into the calendars, then, you know, they won't need to be notified, but getting started at the moment. And I'm testing all of this, by the way. No, I'm not saying this is the right or wrong way to do it. I'm testing to see what's the most responsive and what annoys people the least. Because like what you said, you don't want to be encroaching on people. It's all about, you know, building that. Peter last week shared something about know, like, and trust. So I've got to be careful how I use that phrase. But you know, it's all about communicating with people in the right way so that they get what they want at the right time as well. So has anybody else got any questions or anything they'd like to share?
Thank you, Fred. Thank you very much. I think people like you who do these sort of things are extremely valuable.
Yeah, likewise, Peter. Like
I agree.
I enjoy your rooms as well, 100%.
I agree, Fred. It's awesome.
So I probably, if nobody's got any questions, I just, you know, so we can build a networking group. I'd ask if you know of anybody you think could benefit from being a member or attending next week's event, to please share your link. They could just send them to the website and tell them to hit the event button or share the link directly with them. So we can, and over time, the format of this will change based on your requests, right? If we decide to do breakout rooms because we get too many people in the room, then that could be an option for us. If we decide to have hot seats, for example, where a member might have a particular issue that they've got, and we do, you know, a deep dive into resolving that issue so we can get people in. So that's one thing I'm contemplating, putting that out there so we can have somebody pre-registered so they don't, you know, not just put them into a hot seat because they've joined that day or come into the room, but they'll be booked in for, say, next week's hot seat, and we'll discuss their issue in depth and get everybody's intake on how that might get resolved. So, and, you know, if anybody's got any other suggestions that would make the room run better to your benefit, then I'm open to that too. So look forward to your input, guys.
Fred, would you please put the link in the chat again so I can make sure and copy it, or is it there already? The link to invite other people.
Yep, I'll get the link.
Thank you.
And don't forget to save the chat.
Yeah, and very important, absolutely. Okay, that's the link to the website, so people can go there. Only members actually see what's inside the vault, and only members will see the business directory. So
Great,
that's the way it's set up at the moment. And the business directory, I'm on two minds whether to open that up to the public or not. And again, that will be at the, you know, the request of the members. But if we see that it's a benefit to open the business directory up to the public, then that's only a click of a mouse, so we can open that up. Right. But if you want to send me your photo and the details, like business card details, then I'll add them to the business directory for you. And don't forget about the online business directory, which is localbusiness.directory. You can, that's free form. You can just add a business listing for yourself there, which will get you an extra point and, you know, in Google's eyes, because it's a citation as they see it. Okay. I think I'll call it at that, guys, unless anybody else has got any questions.
Thank you. That was fabulous.
All right.
I enjoyed my first meeting.
Yeah, I've got to work
Thank
out
you
how I
so
tell
much,
tell
Fred.
people about the times in future. Thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody being here.
Do
Thank
you
you
have a
so much.
Facebook?
Good night, everyone.
See ya.
Sorry?
Thanks,
Don't
Fred.
you have a Facebook group for this group?
Yeah, absolutely. You're in it.
How we put the events in there? Are they there already?
Yeah. The list. I usually put a post in saying that the list is it's there, but I'll do that. Yeah, I will put the link up in the group for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks,
Because I
Alison.
know with my group, I do the event and then I do an invite all in the group. So that's, and I'm sure you know this anyway.
Yeah, no, I've actually, and that's what I was saying about the issue with Facebook is even though you do a post, right? And I do a post about the upcoming event, not a lot of people are seeing it, even though it's in the group, right? There used to be that everybody in the group got the post, that like that's 2 years ago, but now that's no longer the case, right? It's still all about engagement.
Yeah, no. So is that different from what I'm talking about when you create an event?
Oh, you're
And
talking
then-
about creating an actual event in
Yeah.
Facebook. No, I
Yeah.
haven't done that yet.
Because that's what I do in my group. I create the events, and then when I create them, they actually say invite all, which I do.
Okay.
And my
all right.
group's again quite small at the moment, so it works quite well.
So that's tip.
Interesting to
That's
see
tip
if
of the
that
week,
works.
Alison.
Yeah,
Thank you.
coming from me, who'd have thought?
You want to do a video of that and post it up in the group?
Sure.
See, there's a lesson from the Happy Neighborhood Project.
Yeah, love it.
Post your tip.
Cool.
Okay. I'll just.
All right. Lovely to meet you, Carol. In fact, even Yvonne, even though we can't see you. So I'm so happy to be part of your group, Ted, and I love the way you run it.
Nice to
Looking
meet you
forward.
too, Alison.
Yeah, anyway, I'll go. Take care.
Okay.
Look
Take-
forward to
take care.
next time. See ya. Bye.
Cheers, Alison.
Okay.
Bye now. Thanks a lot.
Bye, Fred. Bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye,
Yvonne.
Peter.
Hope
Is
you
he
got
gone?
value out
He's
of it.
gone.
Peter's gone. Yep.